On. Oh, okay. So we're playing Ben Feinstein's playlist from last year because we won the title last year. And that's what we're starting off this year, right? Because here we are coming live from Donald H. Jones Stadium, right? Quarterfinal round of the playoffs today at Kiski as our Cougars are hosting Springside Chestnut Hill Academy from out Philadelphia way. I'm not exactly sure of the exact address of Springside Chestnut Hill Academy, but they've traveled quite a distance to get here. Springside had won their first round game against the Episcopal Academy last week 4-2 to advance to the quarterfinals to face Kiski. Kiski, the number one seed coming into the playoff, had a first round bye. The winner of this game will play Thursday afternoon. If Kiski wins, they will host Thursday between the winner of, I believe it's Westtown and I'm not sure the other school, Westtown and Phelps. And no, Phelps is on the other side. Either way, they would host on Thursday afternoon if they win today. Kiski's coming off a big win Saturday against Western Reserve Academy. 2-1. Last minute goal. That's right, Danny. Adrian Alvarez, Pulga, as they call him, the flea, scored with 35 seconds left. Made a nice interception of a pass. Took it in and beat the goalie one-on-one to score with 35 seconds left to give the Cougars a nice win on Saturday, huh? It's a messy technique, Danny Lee is saying. Messy technique. So once again, here we are, Donald H. Jones Stadium, Kiski campus. Beautiful Tuesday afternoon, huh, Danny? What is it, about 65 degrees? Got a little wind out there today. That might perfect for soccer. You don't think the wind's going to play havoc on the ball? You're just going to have to keep it low, right? You can't get it up into the wind, right? We're going to have to keep the ball low. And we're looking forward to bringing you a nice, competitive quarterfinal state playoff game. Danny's got the music jamming. Got some warm-ups going on. Miss Hughes is up here in the box with us for right now. Braden McNally is helping up in the booth with us today on the clock. Danny's helping on the camera. Santino's down there helping as a ball boy. Looks like Julius and Adam are down there. Adam Polish Power Walkowski. Done with his football season. Now he's going to help out, be a ball boy for the soccer game today. Julius Franken down there. Who's that? Is that that's Garcia down there, right? The other guy helping down there in the penny down there. That's Adrian Garcia, right? He's helping out being a ball boy today. Santino's helping, right? So we got four of them down there. Looking forward to having a nice student section here today. Guys are just getting out of class. They should be rolling in here pretty soon. 3 p.m. start. It's a blackout day. Is that what it is? So everybody's supposed to be wearing black today. Here I am wearing gray. Nobody gave me the message. I'm all gray. I went neutral. Huh? I went neutral. I'm the commentator. Well, I give a little hometown lean when I'm commentating. Right? Springside Chestnut Hill is coached by Brian Zalaski. He's in his 8th year as the coach. He's assisted by Tom Stackhouse and Mike Bray. Jeff McDonald is the goalkeeper coach for Springside Chestnut Hill. And Kenneth Vaughn is the team manager. We welcome them here to the Kiski campus. Got a lot of vans leaving this afternoon. We got a trip going on or something? Oh, here comes Mac Tang. He was part of the. Here comes the students. They're making their way up to the stadium. Mac Tang didn't get the message on the blackout. He's wearing white, but looks like we got a good crew coming up here. Cougars come in with a record of 13-2-3, coached by Mr. John T. Laux, assisted by Mr. T.J. Stock and Mr. Kinderman. Coach Halupka, myself, that is I'm the strength coach, and I also travel with the team from here and there from time to time on certain trips. I'll be traveling next weekend with the guys for their conference tournament. What's that? Yep, music. Oh yeah, student section's filling up, and here comes more. We got more coming up the hill, Danny. Looks like we're going to have a good crowd. They like to get raucous here at these soccer games, Danny. Playoff soccer games here are pretty eventful, huh? Looks like Oscar's going to get the starting goal again for the Cougars today. Mr. Corletto is back today. He had the day off on Saturday. We had a couple guys sitting out Saturday. Nahum is also back playing today. He had the day off on Saturday. So we'll get a let's see. I think Alex is Alex dressing today. He had the day off. Wesley Chung is also back in the lineup. He was up here with us in the booth on Saturday, suffering from his pink eye, but he is dressed today, so he's back in the lineup. So Cougars look to be at full strength. Wind's kicking up a little bit, Danny. So even though it's sun shining and 65, that wind might chill it off a little bit.
You know what? We're Cougars. We hunt no matter what. We hunt.
Cougars hunt no matter what, Danny says. It doesn't matter what the temp is. We're going to go hunting today.
Yeah.
Looks like Polga Alvarez is going to have the captain's banner. No, he's giving the captain's banner to Tony today. All right, he's putting it on. Mr. Correa is going to have the captain's armband. Looks like number 4, Abdul Diallo for Springside is going to have their captain armband on. Maybe not. There's a couple of them that have pink. I think maybe that's just undershirts. So I'm not sure. Oh, they let them all. They got a couple captains, so they got quite a few captains. We're just going to single it up on the Kiski side.
Ready on the clock, buddy?
Braden's ready on the clock. We're going to have 40-minute halves today. It's different rules, so we're not playing FIFA rule. We're playing PAISAA rules, which is Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association, right? Okay, so that's the rules we're going for. Coach Ross is over on the other far side of the field. Mr. Salaji has made it into the stands to watch today. We got a good crowd here. Danny's excited up here in the booth. Everybody's excited. So it looks like the Cougars are going to put it in play to start the game. Mamadou Tall getting ready to set the kickoff to start the game.
Playing 4 back two fullbacks.
So we got two. So we got our normal traditional set, huh? Tall puts it in play, and then Nahum sends a ball deep, trying to go into the deep corner for Alvarez, way too far over his head. SCH will put it in play on a throw-in. Those numbers are going to be hard to see for SCH. Those powder blues on that white in this sun. I'm going to have a real hard time getting their numbers. Oh, a little bit of a, I don't know what they're calling there. Maybe out of bounds or free kick. Free kick for SCH. SCH going to have a free kick, and it looks like number 4, Diallo, will put it in play for SCH. Free kick. He's gonna drive it deep, trying to get it into the box. Corletto is going to run it down, but it's out of bounds for a throw-in for SCH. Number 7, Peter Shea. No, he's going to hand it off. Shea will hand it off for, looks like number 12, Glennon. Michael Glennon will have the throw-in for SCH. Throws it in deep and there's Oscar to pick it off and corral it. Oscar's going to slow down the pace. Looks like he wanted to roll it out to Correa. SCH putting a little press on, so Oscar's going to punt it deep past midfield. Here comes Santiago. Valencia runs it down, and Mamadou gathers it, keeps it in bounds into the corner. Crosses, kicked out, but gathered in by Hernandez. Hernandez battled off the ball by SCH. Number 7 sends it up the side, but Corletta sends it back down into the corner, but not before it went out of bounds. And SCH will have a throw-in. Number 11, Durso. Durso, number 11, throws it in to 12, but there's Hernandez to send it back down into SCH territory, headed by Tall, gathered in by Diallo. Stolen by Rosado. Over to Hernandez. Tries to feather a pass, but intercepted. Now back to Corletto. Nahum has it deflected from him. Sent back to Correa. And now SCH gathers it. Number 13 tries to send it up the side, but Corletto deflects it and drives it back down into the Cougar zone. Rosado and Hernandez putting pressure on SCH, who sends it back to Diallo. Diallo drives a deep ball far down into the middle of the field, but there's Corletto to gather it in for the Cougars. Drives it off of the SCH player, number 14, Mayer, will set up the Cougars for a throw-in. Mayer deflected that out of bounds, high out of bounds into the bleachers. Corletto throws in, looking for Rosado, but SCH gets it, and number 12, Glennon, kicks it back, and there's Diallo the whole way back to the goalie, who is Carberry. Sends it real deep into the Cougars zone, and now here comes SCH. Out of bounds. Cougars will have a throw-in. Hernandez hands it off to Corletto. Corletto looking for Tall. Plays it off his chest. Still gathers it inbounds. Over to Hernandez. Feeds it up to Santiago. Tries to put it through to Alvarez, but is deflected by SCH. Santiago Valencia gathers it back. Working down that left side. Kicked out of bounds by SCH. Cougars will have a throw-in. Rayvon Rainford will take the throw-in for the Cougars. Throws it to Alvarez. Alvarez dribbles through space. Fire on to goal. Stopped by Carberry. And he'll just gather it in and survey the scene and take a little time here. Looks like he's going to punt one deep. He's going into the window. Punts it real high. Doesn't make it to midfield. Rainford heads it back into SCH territory, but they've got it working in at midfield. Off of Alvarez for an SCH throw-in. Throws it in. Headed back out. Rainford into the middle of the field. Pushed down by Yang. Play is continued. Tall feeds it to Valencia, puts it into the goal box, and Carberry scoops it up. Carberry again looks like he's going to punt it deep. Has a little bit better, more of a low line drive. Corletto heads it. Hernandez and a few SCH players headed off of Nahum at midfield. Rainford battling number 6 over on the far side. Number 6 for Laudenbach. Down into the far corner, Alvarez and Diallo battle for it. Out of the end line, goal kick for SCH. Carberry will set it down, kicks it over to Diallo. Diallo sends a low liner up into the midfield. Nahum gets it for the Cougars, feeds it to Rainford, over to Alvarez, and it's out of bounds for an SCH throw-in. I can't see that number. I think it might be number 5, Callis, with the throw-in. Stolen by Rainford. Rainford called for a push and a foul, push in the back there. It'll give SCH a free kick. Diallo looks like he's going to tee up the free kick. Diallo sends a drive down into the goal area. Sends it out to the side. Number 7 over to number 10. Number 10 is Duval. Santiago now has it for the Cougars. Tries to go up the side to Mamadou Tall, but is picked off by SCH. Back to the Cougars now. Alvarez to Rosado to Valencia in the middle of the field. Gets around a few SCH defenders, but is stripped by number 10. Feeds it over to 7. Tackled. Nice sliding tackle out of bounds by Valencia. It'll give SCH a throw in. Durso will throw it in for SCH. Gives it to number 10, Duvois. Corletto now for the Cougars. Feeds it up to Hernandez. Tries to go to Tall, but picked off by SCH. Now Hernandez has it. Into the middle for Valencia. Duvois takes it. Feeds it down into the corner, but too far. And the Cougars will have a throw in. Corletto will take the throw in for the Cougars. SCH pressing the Cougars in their end. Trying to go to Valencia, gets it to him. Battling on the sideline, feeds it into the middle. Tries to go to Nahum, battled by number 13, and Nahum plays it off for Rainford, who sends it back to Oscar in the goal. Headed, Corletto gets it, drives it into the middle for Valencia. Valencia sends it to the side for Hernandez. And then he goes cross field for Alvarez. Alvarez gathers it in, but the goalie, Carberry, comes out and stops that scoring attempt. Feeds it over to Durso. Durso to the middle, kicked back by Corletto. Corletto stripped by Valencia, who feeds it up to Alvarez in the far left corner. Looking for a cross. Sends it into the middle, too far for Rosado, and cleared out by SCH. Correa gathers it in. Pressured by number, is that 19 over there? Ross Prince. Ross Prince took down Correa. Correa will put it back in play and sends it back to Oscar in the goal. Oscar sends a drive up to Corletto to Hernandez. Tried to get it to Valencia was pushed off the ball by Durso. Duval now has it. Duval dribbling through space, feeds it through to number 12, Glennon. Glennon has it in the corner, working against two Cougars, out of bounds off of Glennon, and the Cougars will have a throw-in. Corletto will throw in for the Cougars. Throws it deep for Tall. Tries to feed it to Valencia, but cleared back down in by SCH. Now Hernandez feeds it into the middle for Nahum. Over to Rainford. Rainford working up the side on the left. Still working. Feeds it to Rosado. Works around a couple SCH defenders. Tries to feed it through, and he's now got it back. Tackled down by Duvois. And it'll be set up a free kick for the Cougars. Looks like Hernandez is going to drive one from about 30 meters out. Well, the goal is in the back of the, so it'd be 30, right? You got to count the 10 in the end zone, right? Okay, so not quite 30 meters, but 30 yards. Hernandez setting it up. See what he's got. Rainford's also there. Hernandez had the attempt on the free kick, deflected out of bounds by Carberry. I don't know if they signaled it or not. He did stop it. Yeah. Corner kick for Valencia, headed by Rainford up and cleared out. No, Nahum gets it back in the far corner, battling in the corner still. Tries to feed it into the middle, but Shea gets it out. There's Corletto to bring it back in for the Cougars. Feeds it across for Valencia. Or is that Alvarez? Alvarez sends a drive high. No, that was Valencia. Sent a drive high over the goal. It'll set up a goal kick for SCH. He did stop it. He stopped it.
Just stick to what the coach, what the ref said.
The ref signaled to stop it, so we stopped it. Rainford hands it back in. Battle for at midfield. SCH has it. Now Rosado for the Cougars has it. Heads it back in, and Diallo sends it back to midfield. SCH battling on the sideline. There's Rainford, gets it back for the Cougars. Alvarez sends it the whole way back. Yang will chase it down and feed it to Oscar. Oscar sends a high drive, headed out of bounds by Durso of SCH. Hernandez throws in to Valencia, feeds it into the middle to Nahum. Nahum in the space for Rainford. Rainford gathers it in, surveys the scene, tries to feed it into the box, but deflected out. Valencia gathers it back. Nahum now has it. Still dribbling around. Sends it back to Yang. Yang feeds it into Tall to Valencia. Valencia, nice little pass for Polga, but just out of his reach, and it'll give the SCH a goal kick. That was a nice little play he had going there. Just couldn't connect. It was a nice feed. Sends it over to Diallo. Up to midfield. Corletto battling with it, and then Yang gets it to Hernandez, to Valencia. Valencia back to Hernandez. Over to Tall. Tall to Rosado. Tries to feed it back to Tall. Too far, and Carberry will scoop it up for SCH. Carberry looking like he's going to put a punt on it. He's got that wind in his, sends a low liner, trying to feed Shea. Shea gets it, but there's Hernandez to intercept it. Valencia back to Corletto. Corletto feeds it back to Yang, and then he'll give it back to Oscar. Oscar up to Corletto in the middle. Through a couple defenders. Nice little pass by Valencia to Tall. Tall pulled down by Diallo. And Diallo will have a yellow card. Gives him a yellow card. He's arguing a point with the ref, but he definitely getting a yellow card. Tall draws the penalty, and he'll set up another free kick for the Cougars. Hernandez will have it. Hernandez trying to scoot it up a couple yards. The ref's going to move him back. He's got him. He's got him. Cam's trying to pull a fast one. He's trying to pull fast one. The ref had it the whole way. So he's going to be about 40 meters out for a free kick. Let's see if he gets another shot on goal. He's going to pass, you think? Far post. Going to a far post, Danny says. Corletta's trying to sneak down into this corner. Oh, I see Rainford trying for that far post. And then they got, far post. There's your pass. Headed by Tall, and he scores! What a feed! Hernandez passes. Tall header into the corner for a goal. Mamadou Tall with the header. What a feed from Hernandez. Bend it like Beckham, Cam Hernandez.
Number 9, Mamadou Tall.
Cam Hernandez is dangerous on those free kicks. He sets it up. What a pass. Tall off his head. Puts the Cougars up 1-0. 25-11. Left in the first half. And SCH puts it back in play. Duval sends it back to Durso. Now Shea has it on the side. Bringing it up this left side for the SCH, but fed back to Oscar in the goal box. SCH putting a little press on. Oscar sends it to midfield for Alvarez. Alvarez trying to dribble through a few SCH defenders. Splits them. Feeds it across for Valencia. Back to Alvarez. Puts a drive on, but there's Carberry. Didn't quite get all of it, but it was a nice cross by Valencia to feed it back to Alvarez. Alvarez puts the shot on goal. Carberry makes the save. Tall putting pressure on. Presses it out of bounds, and the Cougars will have a throw in. Hey, Michael. Rayvon Rainford throws it in for Rosado. Rosado feeds it back for Alvarez. Alvarez trying to go down the left side. Stripped of the ball by Duval. Can't see that number, but it'll be a Cougar throw-in. That was 11 Durso for the SCH squad. High ball. Rosado sends it back for Correa. Feeds it over to back into the middle for Rosado. Now it's headed back to Correa into the middle. Nahum stripped him straight of the ball. Gives it to Hernandez, who gives it back to Yang. Yang in the center. Drives a deep ball into the far corner for Tall. Tall runs it down, tries the cross, but he's taken away by Diallo. Up the side, tries to get it to Shea, but it goes out of bounds. Cougars will have a throw in. Valencia throws it in quickly to Rosado. Gives it back to Valencia, to Hernandez, to Corletto, back to Correa, up to Rainford. Rainford up the splits a couple defenders, still has it on his foot, into the middle, gives it to Valencia, back to Rainford. Stripped of the ball by Duval of SCH, still pressed by Rainford though, and there's Shea to send a high ball into the middle, and Correa sends it back in. Not sure what the call is there. Foul before, and the Cougars are going to have the ball. Corletto running down into space, gets around the defender, still has the ball. Rosado has it stripped by 13. Trunflo of SCH. Now Oscar has it, gives it up to Yang. Yang Sends a deep ball to Tall. Tall heads it. And Valencia will keep it from going out of bounds. Feeds it into the corner for Tall. Nice footwork back to Valencia. We got some skill going on here, Danny Lee. Off of the SCH defender, 11, Durso. Played in by the Cougars. And the Cougars are playing a fast-paced game right now. Valencia still pressuring. Out of the end line. They say it went off of Valencia, and the SCH goalie Carberry will have a goal kick. Sets it down, feeds it over to Diallo. Diallo sends a drive, but the wind kills it, and Nahum heads it back in. Rosado plays it off his chest, was pushed down. So Rosado gets it free and puts it into play right away for Valencia. Tries to feed a nice into the corner for Corletto, looking for a cross, but gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez tries to feed it, and there's Dubois to strip him of it. Feeds it up this left side on a run for, looks like number 12, Glennon, but kicked out off of the Cougars, setting up SCH for a throw-in. Looks like Durso's going to throw it in. Throws it, tries to get it, but Corletto heads it, and then Shea heads it. Number 12, Glennon keeps it, fights it down into the corner, and Yang just kicks it out, giving SCH a throw-in. Looks like Shea will take the throw-in for SCH. Might be having a sub coming in soon. Shea has it, gets around Corletto, crosses. Ooh, kicked out by Correa. Correa right there to clear that. That was a nice scoring chance by SCH, Danny. Ooh, but there's Correa. Correa's always there where we need him. Tall gathers it in, still has it, heads it into the middle for Rosado. Rosado feeds it back to Tall, but Glennon of SCH gets it and gives it back to Diallo. Diallo drives a deep drive into the Cougar zone, played by Yang. Off of an SCH defender, Shea, out of bounds, and Corletto will throw in for the Cougars. Mateo Sakara checks in for the Cougars. Hernandez checks out. Hernandez, great minutes for Hernandez. Assisting on the goal. Deep drive. Headed out. And now SCH gathers it in. But there's Valencia battling Duval. Still battling for it, but SCH comes away with it over midfield, feeds it into the middle. Duval will gather it, tries to feather it past to Trunville, but it's intercepted by the Cougars. Going down into the far corner for Alvarez. Alvarez working around a defender, puts a shot on goal, deflected off of Diallo. Tall gathers it in on the left side or right side for the Cougars. Valencia has it. Trying to get through. Sakara now has it. Feeds it across for Alvarez. Alvarez into space for Rainford. Tries to go into the middle for Rosado. Back to Nahum. Nahum into for... Oh! Alvarez puts a drive on goal. Carberry deflects it, and it just goes high. Nice attempt by the Cougars. Strong attempt there by Alvarez on the goal. Hey, Danny? Nice play by the Cougars controlling the ball there. Carberry keeps it out of the wind this time and really get a nice boot on it over the midfield, but Valencia gathers it in and feeds it back to Yang. Yang over to Corletto. Tries to give it to Sakara, but it's out of bounds, setting up SCH for a throw-in. Durso throws it to Glennon, to Shea. Shea back to Duval. Over to 22, Miller. Out of bounds. Cougars throw in. Alvarez to Rosado. Back to Alvarez. Trying to race past some defenders, but stripped of the ball. Here comes SCH back, drives it deep, and Oscar gathers it in and kicks it back down on the other side. Duvois plays it off of his chest and back to, I'm not sure the number, tries to feed it over to Diallo, has it go too far, but Durso's there to gather it in. Up to midfield, Valencia playing a nice game of keep away. He had a nice dribbling there. Tall has it, sends it on to goal, but Carberry scoops that up. Wasn't a real hard shot. Easy save by the goalie. Feeds it out, and here comes SCH now attacking the middle of the field. There's Correa to feed it up to Rainford. Rainford gathers it in, sends it back to Correa, who gives it back to Oscar. Oscar over to Yang. Yang up to Corletta. Corletta back to Yang, and Yang's going to survey the scene, dribble it into the middle, still surveying the scene, and he's going to feed it up to Rainford. Rainford off his foot, sends it up, tries to give it to a nice play, and he gives it back. Rainford making a run, still on a run. Nice footwork, trying to get around Diallo. Sends it across field for Sakara. Little too far, but he gathers it into the corner. Valencia now tries to split some defenders. Still has it. Still has it. Gives it to Sakara. Crosses, but there's Duvois of SCH to clear it to midfield. Corletta off his chest, bringing it back in. Sakara has it go off of him, but they're going to call a foul there. Hey, Danny, give the ball back to the Cougars. And it looks like, is that going to be a throw-in or a free kick, you think? Free kick. So Sakara puts it in play to Valencia. Sends a drive into the middle. There's Tall. Called him offside or foul. SCH goalie Carberry will put it back into play. Looks like he's just going to drive one deep, huh? It's hard to say with this wind. Looks like he's going deep. Everybody went deep, so he's going to go deep. Low line drive. The wind sells it, and Shea can't gather it in. It goes out of bounds, and Cougars will have a throw in. Corletta sends it up for Tall off his chest. Plays it over to Nahum. Pushed off the ball. I'm not sure what they're calling here. It looks like they're just going to call it a foul. And Rosado, nope. Nahum will put it back into play. Gives it to Corletta. Corletta gives it up to Rosado. Back to Corletta. Back to Rosado. Into the middle. Tries to feed Tall. Just a little too far into that far corner. But Rainford can't run it down. Are they going to give it to us for a throw-in? Rainford will throw in. Gives it to Alvarez. Back to Rainford. Rainford setting it up in that corner. Still has it. Over to Alvarez. Alvarez to Valencia. Valencia, Sakara. Nahum gives it over to Corletto. Corletto's played off the ball by Shea, but Sakara gets it back for the Cougars. Shea still pressuring for SCH, but Sakara still has it on its foot. Gives it to Corletto, but misplayed, out of bounds. Setting up SCH for a throw-in. Durso of SCH will throw in. Throws it, but Sakaro plays it off his chest and gets it back for the Cougars. Over to Rosado. Rosado looking for a cross. Gets around Durso, still has it. Tries to feed across to Alvarez, but stripped of the ball. Now, here comes SCH. Shea up the left side, but out of bounds off of the Cougars, giving SCH a throw-in. Duvois sends it in for Glennon. Glennon back to Durso, pressured by Sakara. Duval, still pressured by Sakara. Nahum gets it to Rosado. Rosado stripped by Durso. Durso now back for Correa. And there's back to Shea of SCH. 13 of SCH sends it back to Carberry. Carberry into the middle. The Cougars are going to come away with it. Corletta gives it to Tall. Over to Valencia. Tried to get a shot on goal. Just couldn't gather it in enough. Has it go through the end line, giving SCH a goal kick. Carberry going to put it down. See how he's adjusted for the wind. The wind's been blowing it this way, so he put it further that way, Danny. You see it. Now it's more into the middle of the field, straight down the middle. But here's Corletta for the Cougars to get the ball. Sends it in for Tall off of his chest to Rosado. Back to Tall. Nice give and go. Tall tries to get it into the middle, but can't get there. There's Sakara. Sends a shot on goal. Carberry makes the save. Yeah, he wants to go deep with it. He wants to get it out of trouble. Carberry punts it. Oh, man, that's high. That's real high, real high. Corletta just going to let it bounce and go out of bounds and have a throw in for the Cougars. Coming down on 10 minutes. What's that? 21, Alex Quisada comes in for George. Out of bounds off of SCH. Throw in for the Cougars. Corletta gives it to Valencia. Back to Corletta. Corletta crosses to Alvarez. To Quezada. Tries Rainford. Rainford tried a left footer just wide of the goal through the end line. And Carberry will have another goal kick for SCH. He might just go, he taps it over to Diallo. They didn't go for the long ball. Diallo's going to kick it long. Held up by the wind. Nahum sends it back in. Valencia sends it in for Sakara. Little back and forth. Duval being pressured by Sakara. Shea now. Duval. Sakara steals it. Tall has it. Hill kicks back. Another heel kick back. Oh! Cougars still had it. Oh, what a scoring chance. Sakara fed Tall, who fed Alvarez, who fed Valencia. Tried to get a shot on goal. Went off SCH, and the Cougars will have a corner kick. Valencia will take it. Sends it into the middle. Just missed the header. They must have called a push on the Cougars, giving the SCH a goal kick. Looks like SCH will substitute when they have a chance. Looks like number 1, Robert Lamb will be coming in for them when they get a chance. But Carberry looking like he's going to drive it high. Wind holds it up. Still being played around. Corletta has it. No. Yes. Pushed off the ball by the Cougars, and Glennon for SCH will put it back into play. He'll have a free kick from about 40 yards out. Looks like he might go for that far corner, huh? This is where we scored, huh? Far post. Glennon. He goes for that far post. There's the play. Rainford heads it for the Cougars, and then cleared by Correa. Off of Tall, and it's going to be Foul call on the Cougars. Looks like they got tall with a little push. Clock will stop as one of the Cougars is down. Looks like Corletta maybe is on the ground. Corletta looks like he's on the ground. He's standing up now. I think he might have. I think when they were all heading to the ball there, he might have took a headbutt. Looks like he's all right. He's walking under his own power. Doesn't look to be all that serious. So they're going to make him sub out. They're going to they're going to make him sub out, and Marty's going to come in. I don't know. I don't know Marty's last name. Marty Villaro will sub in for Corletto. Corletto will be back in soon. Glennon sends the free kick, headed by Marty, and then Rainford kicks it out of trouble for the Cougars. Headed back in by Glennon. Correa tried to kick it in, but Oscar was able to get it. Diallo now, but there's Quezado. Feeds it down for Alvarez. Alvarez gets it in, played by Shea. Around Shea, feeds it into the middle. Shot on goal, but Carberry makes a stop. Carberry's had to make a lot of saves today, Danny. Cougars have been putting a lot of pressure on and controlling the offensive zone. Carberry sets it down. Drives it over midfield. Headed back in by Yang, but then headed up. Marty has it. Then now there's Glennon of SCH, but Sakara sends it back. Diallo for SCH plays it off of his chest and sends a high ball back. Marty sends it back, and Duval and Glennon for SCH play it off of, looks like Sakara. It'll give SCH a throw in. Lamb just now checking into the game, who checked into the game for SCH. Corletta back in. Durso throws in, and there's Corletta, who headed the ball, so apparently his head's all right, Danny. Right? Correa feeds it up for Alvarez, who tries to play it off of his head, just a little too high for him, and then it's back for Glennon of SCH, trying to feed it down into the far corner, but Rainford will play it and just kick it out of bounds to stop a scoring chance for SCH. Quick throw in. Glennon has it, but stripped by Rainford. Rainford battling over on the far side with a few SCH guys. Still has it. But now SCH has it. Feeds it into space, but Sakara does a nice job of back checking and getting it back. Oh, Tall tried to feed Nahum, but just didn't connect on that. Now Diallo has it, being pressured by Valencia. Valencia pressured him, and it was stolen away by Tall, but I think they're calling, would they have Valencia with a push in the back or something, or what did they call? Oh, they called a foul way or push way down there. Oh, wow. Okay, so they called it way down there. So Diallo will put it in play for SCH. They've had a little bit of control here the past couple minutes, sending it down into Cougar territory, headed out by Yang of trouble, but SCH still has it. Glennon tries to get a shot on goal, deflected off a couple Cougars, and Nahum sends it deep to midfield, headed out by Diallo of SCH, setting the Cougars up for a throw-in. Rainford looks like he's going to take it for the Cougars. Throws it in for Tall, plays it off his chest, then tries to send it back to Rainford. Nahum has it for the Cougars, playing it on that sideline, battled by Glennon over there. Off a Cougar throw in for SCH. Duval sends it. There's Diallo. Dubois. I can't see that number. I'm not sure of that number, Danny. Now Glennon has it. Sends it up over Correa's head, but there's Oscar to gather it in. 3 minutes in winding left in the first half. Oscar rolls it over to Corletta. Corletta working up the right side. Still has it. Still has it. There's 13, but Nahum feeds it to Quezada. Quezada over to Rainford. Rainford up to Alvarez. Alvarez working the left side now. Down into the corner for Rainford, but too far out the end line, and it'll give SCH another goal kick. Diallo sends it low to midfield off of a couple SCH players. There's Lamb to send it down in the side tried for Glennon, but too far out of bounds. It'll give the Cougars a throw in. Corletta will take it, throws it, intercepted by Durso to Dubois, back to Durso, up. Yang heads it. Now Glennon has it, plays it back in. Corletto plays it. Now we have 13. Back to Glennon. Lamb looked like he was trying to get a little run there, but Yang was there to kick it out of bounds for the Cougars. Throw in to Glennon. Glennon stripped by Corletta, tried to get it out, but deflected off of SCH, still in the box. Oscar, just wide of the goal, and the SCH had another good scoring chance. Less than a minute left in the half. SCH seems to have a little momentum here in the last couple minutes. See if the Cougars can get out of the half here with the 1-0 lead intact. High ball headed back in by Durso. Pushed off the ball by Sakara was Glennon, and SCH will have a free kick. Diallo. Glennon now setting it up. 20 seconds remaining. Sends a deep drive. Oscar's right there to gather it in. 10, under 10, down to 5. He sends a deep drive over midfield, and Santi wanted it, but that's the end of the half. So it's at the end of the half, it doesn't work anyways. At the end of the half, score is Kiski Cougars 1, Springside Chestnut Hill 0. We'll have a 10-minute halftime. Come on back and join us for the second half. Go out and get your refreshments, folks. And we'll see you in 10. Welcome back, everybody, to Donald H. Jones Stadium here at Kiski campus. Beautiful, sunny Tuesday afternoon. Here, early November, Danny. We'll take this weather in early November every day, huh? Yeah. He was saying yeah, but shaking his head no. What's that telling you, Mr. Clark? I don't know. I don't want the snow, Danny. I don't want the cold. I'll take this sunny weather right here, huh? All right. Cougars holding a 1-0 lead over Springside Chestnut Hill here in our quarterfinal game of the PAISAA State Soccer Tournament. Springside Chestnut Hill came into the game advancing to this round with a 4-2 win over Episcopal Academy last Thursday, and our Cougars had a first round bye. We had a score by Mamadou Tall on a nice header set up on a free kick by Cam Hernandez from about 40 meters out. Sent a nice cross pass to into the middle. Tall off his head right into the goal, giving the Cougars their 1-0 lead. That was about, 25? There was 24 minutes left in the half, so it would have been about 15 minutes in, right? 16 minutes into the game. Because that's how they do it. They count, right? From the start, they just count up, right? So it would have been the 16th minute that the goal was scored, right? Yeah. Even though we count down on the clock here, they actually count up as far as how they score it, right? Learning more every day from you, Danny. Learning more from you every day. So Springside Chestnut Hill will put the ball in play to start the half. Number 14, Mayer, will put it in play. And we're just waiting for the official to give the whistle. And there we go. Duval sends a big high kick down into the middle. Yang tries to kick it out of trouble. Not far enough. And Glennon sends it high over the goal, through the goalpost of the football. And Oscar will put it back in play. Oh, put it in play a little too quickly. Oscar, send it back to Oscar. You gotta wait for the ref to put it in play for you, Oscar. Okay, now he's ready. Oscar looks like he's going to try to send it deep. See if the wind has any play on his drives. He sends a high ball. Rosado sends it up. Deflected back to midfield by SCH. Now Rosado has it, sends it over to Alvarez off his chest. Played by SCH, up out of bounds by number 5, Callis. Thrown in by Rainford to Alvarez. Now Rainford has it, back to Alvarez. Alvarez into the middle for Hernandez. Hernandez sends it into space for Corletto. He gathers it in, crosses it in. Tall tried another header, just missed through the end line. And Carberry, goalie for SCH, will have a goal kick to put it in play. He doesn't have to kick it, right, Danny? He can roll it. He just has the option to put it in play however he wants. He has to kick it. So he can't roll this one. He has to kick this one. Okay, but he doesn't have to kick it deep. He can tap it or whatever. Okay. So he elects to kick it deep. And Valencia got up high to send it back in. Tall gathers it in, still has it. Weaving through some traffic, sends it back to Rainford. Rainford into the middle for Nahum. Over to Correa, who sends it over to Yang. Yang up to Corletta. Corletta back to Yang. Yang goes across to Rainford. Rainford gathers it in. Splits a couple defenders. Still dribbling through the middle. Up to Rosado. Feeds it to Corletto. Sprinting down the far right side. Crosses, but kicked out by Diallo of SCH. Sends it up the far side. Nahum runs it down and sends it back to Oscar in the Cougar goal box. Oscar will send it into the middle for Nahum, over to Yang, back to Nahum. Nahum feeds it across to Rainford. Rainford on this far left side. Valencia tries to give it to Alvarez, but picked off by SCH. Glennon battling Rainford. Now Rainford and Mayer getting in a little battle. Now Yang sends it up for Corletto, but too far, and Durso will gather it in. Now Corletto back. Now he has it back in the corner. Sends it across. Oh, send it across for Tall. Just out of his reach. Through the goal box onto the far side, and it'll give SCH will have a throw in over here on this far side. Coach is calling for the Cougars to pressure it, Danny says. Number 5, Callis throws it in for Duvois. Polga fouled him. Coach was yelling, don't foul. Polga didn't hear him. He fouled him anyways. Now, where is the ball? I don't even see it. Oh, there he is. Diallo sends a deep drive, but headed back out by Rainford, out of bounds before Valencia can get it. Thrown in by Callis. Callis to Duvois. Duvois back to Darso. Down into the far corner. Rainford lets it go out of bounds. And he'll have a throw in. Throws it up. Tall keeps it in play. Now Valencia has it. Valencia, pressured in the back by SCH. He gets it back, and now here comes Alvarez with speed. Had a little tug on his jersey. Has it? Oh, he's pushed off the ball. Pushed off the ball by Duvois. Alvarez was breaking free. Had Tall on his right side. Was trying to feed it to him, but Duvois just tackled him down from behind.
Yeah, he's pushing.
Definitely pushed him from behind. So he'll set up a free kick for the Cougars. Looks like Nahum is going to be taking it. I don't know. Hernandez is in the territory also. He might take it. I don't know. This is a pretty close one, Danny. This is only from about 20 meters out, huh?
Perfect for the right footer.
Perfect for the right footer, you say.
Yeah.
So Nahum. This is a Nahum kick since he's a right footer. Maybe Polga. We're not sure. But there's Rainford also. We got 3 of them. We don't know who's going to take it.
They might just tap over for Cam.
Oh, might tap it for Cam and then Cam to shoot it. No, Nahum. Send Nahum! Bangs it around! And puts it in for a Cougar goal! Nahum! Hey, Nahum's in my advisory group.
Yeah.
Nahum, I'll get you something. I'll bring you something for advisory group tomorrow, Nahum.
Going for the Kiski Cougars. Number 6, Nahum Lourdes.
Nahum's in my advisory group. He's going to get something special with advisory group tomorrow. Nahum puts the Cougars on the board for the second time today with a nice free kick, bending it around the wall of the defense. 2-0 Cougars. SCH puts it back in play. Callis has it. Tries to feed it up. He does get it up here to number 6. Laudenbach. Stripped by Alvarez. Alvarez putting the pressure on. Feeds it to Tall. Tall. Kroll just wide of the goal. The Cougars are starting to open it up, Danny. Look out. Mrs. Hernandez is down there. She likes our commentary, Danny. She's giving us the thumbs up. We're getting laughs. Making people laugh. That's what we're here for. Putting smiles on people's faces, Danny. That's what we're here for, right? That's right. All right. SCH will have a throw in over there on the far side. Throws in to number 13. Kicks it up. Yang's going to try to run it down into that far corner, but Oscar's going to get there first. He'll scoop it up. He's just going to survey the scene and take some time here. Puts the ball down. Sends a deep drive. Nice deep drive. Tall looked like he wanted to head it, but he lets it go, and Valencia gathers it on his foot. Stripped by Diallo. Sends it back to the goalie, and Carberry sends it out of bounds, giving the Cougars a throw-in on the far side. Corletta to Rosada. Back to Corletta. Splits a couple defenders. Sends it to Valencia into the middle. Tries to feed it to Tall, but picked off by SCH. Heading back the other way, but there's Correa to send it back deep into the SCH zone, and Carberry will play it. Carberry now picks it up. 33 minutes left in the game. Carberry's going to punt it. Ooh, deep punt. Sent back in by Yang. It'll just go out of bounds on the far side, setting up a throw-in for SCH. Those light blue numbers, Danny, I just cannot see them on the front of the jerseys, you know. They're so hard with the sunlight. Yang sends it back. There's Durso, 11. Sends it to the middle, and there's Valencia. Valencia's going to scan the scene, sends it over to Hernandez, back to Nahum. Nahum over to Alvarez. Alvarez looked like he wanted to split some defenders there, but Duval strips him of the ball. Nahum puts the press on, almost strips it, but SCH still has it. Duval working up the right side. Feeds it for Mayer, pushed off the ball by Rosada. Mayer got a little aggressive, or Rosada got a little aggressive there. And now it looks like Rosada's going to get a yellow card. I don't know what he did. He probably pushed a little too many times, huh? Come on, Rosada. You got to settle down. And he's being subbed out. That's one of the rules of the PAISAA tournament, is if you get a yellow card, you have to be subbed out for immediately. So Quezada checks in for the Cougars for Rosada. Rosada going to take a little breather. Got a pep talk from Coach Laux. He'll gather himself and be back. Callis sends it down in for SCH. Played off of Shea. Out of bounds. Rainford will throw in for the Cougars. Gives it to Alvarez. Back to Rainford. Alvarez now to Valencia. Feeds it up the side. Looking for Tall. Tall outruns Diallo. He has it. Looking for a cross. Still has it down by the end line. Does cross.
Easy.
Valencia. Goal for the Cougars. Beautiful play. Tall.
Kiski Cougars. Number 23, Santiago Valencia.
Tall ran it down, sent it into the middle. Who hit it before? Somebody got it before Valencia. Was it Quezada?
No,
Or
that was Puga.
Polga had it. Alvarez, who got it to Valencia, and Valencia one-timed at home right past Carberry to give the Cougars a 3-0 lead. Cougars putting the pressure on again. Corletta presses it out of bounds. SCH will have a throw in. Shea throws it back to Dubois. Dubois pressured by Quezada. Quezada still pressuring him. Into the middle. Can't see that number. Not sure. Oh, that was Drennan. Sends it back, and Correa is going to gather it into that far corner. Send it up to midfield. Tall plays it off his chest. Quezada up to Valencia. Valencia dancing around midfield. He's just going to send it back to Correa, who's going to feed it back to Oscar and reset for the Cougars. Up to Valencia. Valencia tries for Alvarez, gets his pass back, Tall, then feeds Valencia. Valencia dances around, try to get it back to Tall, too far, and Carberry will pick it up for SCH. Coming down on now 30 minutes left in the game and winding. Carberry going to put a deep punt high. Rainford will play it off of his foot up to Alvarez. Alvarez has it go off his foot, and SCH will have it. 13 still has it. Feeds it down the right side into the far right corner, but too far for number 9. Alexander Zeka tried to run it down, but it got out of bounds, and the Cougars will have a throw in down in the far corner. Rainford looks like he's going to take the throw in. Rainford throws it to Valencia. Valencia pressed by 2 people, stripped of the ball by number 6, Laudenbach, but it looks like he pushed him in the back, and they're going to give the Cougars the ball back. Rainford will play it, puts it across to Corletta. Corletta runs it up the side, still running it up the side. Into the middle for Quezada. Feeds it into Tall. Tall still comes to the middle, to space for Valencia. Valencia gathers it in. Down into the box for Tall, but the Carberry came and picked it out of midair, preventing Tall from getting it on the header and thwarting that scoring opportunity. Carberry sends a deep punt down into the Cougar zone. Yang gathers it in, sends it up to Quezada. Quezada to Hernandez, picked by Durso. Corletta gets it back over to Rainford. Rainford up to Alvarez. Kicks it to Valencia, who feeds it back to Alvarez. Alvarez showing his speed again, trying to get around Dubois. Still trying to get around. Has it on his foot. Centers it and scores! What a goal by Polga Alvarez! Around 2 defenders and puts it in! Adrian Polga Alvarez! What a goal! Showed his speed down this left side, worked around the defender, and he put it in with his right foot too, huh?
That's not his like main.
I'm telling you, he worked down the left side and then he put it to his right foot and crossed it. What a goal by Polga Alvarez. Showing some skill, Polga Alvarez.
Some highlight that.
Brings the score to 4-0. Cougars. Attaboy, Polga! Zeka puts it back in play for SCH. Callis now has it. Deflected by Alvarez. And now Valencia will gather it in. Sends it into the middle tries to get it to Tall. But Duval has it. No. Stripped by Alvarez. Alvarez still dancing around. Feeds it to Valencia. Valencia has it. Still has it. To space for Corletta. Corletta back to Valencia. Tries to go to Quezada just out of his reach, and it'll go through the end line, giving the SCH goalie a goal kick. Carberry will put it back in play. Looks like he's trying to probably punt it deep, but I don't know. Diallo's down there. He might just tap it to him and let him kick it deep. They've been doing, yep, he's just going to kick it. Now Diallo's being pressed by Tall, so he couldn't kick it deep. And now Quezada strips it back for the Cougars. Gives it over to Hernandez. Hernandez sends it back to Nahum. Nahum to Hernandez. Feeds it into the middle for Tall. Off his chest. Gathers it in. Still has it. Looking for a cross. Has it on his foot. Deflected by SCH. Out of bounds. And Cougars will have a throw in. Hernandez gives it to Corletta. Corletta splits some defenders. Feeds it into space for Rainford. Rainford tried to drive one just high. I mean, that was a field goal. Yeah, that was a field goal. That was 3-pointers there in football, but nothing for us here soccer. And Carberry will put it back in play for SCH. Looks like number 3, Ryan McManus for SCH is checking in. And Durso is coming out. Durso checked out. I don't know. Oh, he stepped off on the far side. They sent Corletto off on the far side. He's just going to walk around. So Carberry puts it in play, drives a low line drive through everybody, and it'll get the whole way back down to the Cougar goal, and Oscar will gather it in, play it off his foot for a little bit, be impressed. Now he'll just pick it up, survey the scene, and take some time off the clock. Cougars are in no hurry. Oscar sends a deep drive over midfield. It'll be headed by Diallo, played by Duvois. Duvois for 13, but there's Correa to get it back for the Cougars. Sends it deep through Diallo. Now Valencia has it. Oh, what a save by Carberry to prevent Valencia from scoring his second goal. Valencia had some nice moves there, but that was a really nice save by Carberry, goalie from SCH. Have to give him credit for that one, Hundiani. He made a nice save. I mean, Santi put on a display of skill right there. I'll give him that. Carberry sends it back up into the middle, and we got a head. Ooh, got a headbutt there. Santi went up. I don't know if he... Glennon took a header off of his head. Santi went up to try to get that ball, and heads collided. I don't know if it was on. It didn't look like it would have been on purpose. Fighting for the ball there, it looked like to me. What do you think? Ooh, Braden, you're sweating. Man, what you doing? Did you have a hard workout?
Yeah, we're supposed to just be taping the match for 5 minutes, but then they made us do a whole practice.
Oh, they made you do a whole practice. All right. All right. Into the middle and cleared out by Shea. Has it down into the corner and out of bounds. I didn't see exactly what all happened over there. Are they going to give a throw in? Throw in for SCH. It'll be, oh, okay, so Duvois. No, it'll be a kick. It'll be a kick. Duvois setting up for a kick over there for SCH. Looks like he's trying to go to this far post, Danny. What do you think? Nope. Going to the near post. Headed up into the air. Still into the air. There's Correa. And there's Nahum. Shea has it now. Sends it down. Deflected through the goal line. It looks like going to be a goal kick for the Cougars. 20. Javi Pena comes back in. Marty went back in. Mr. Yang come out. Mr. Yang had a nice game back there on the defense. Mr. Park. Well, when did Mr. Park get in the game? Earlier. Mr. Park came in. I didn't even see it. There he sends one deep. Sends it over everybody. And Durso back in for SCH. Sends it back. There's Hernandez right off his chest. Diallo has it. Now to Shea. To Durso. Sends it out of bounds. Cougars will have a throw in. Rainford. Gives it to Quezada. A little too early. Oh, he wants the sub. He's calling for the sub. Sakara will go in for Nahum. Nahum had that nice bender and goal, huh?
Yes, sir.
Give us a 2-goal lead. And that really opened up the gates for the Cougars. Took the pressure off a little bit, and we've really opened it up since then. Rainford throws it in. Pena back to Rainford, who sends it way back for Correa. Plays it up for Park, and Park has it go off of Laudenbach of SCH. Throw in back to Correa. Correa into the middle for Quezada. Quezada gets around a defender over to Rainford. Rainford back to Quezada, being held a little bit by Duvois. Out of bounds, throw in for the Cougars. Sends it into the middle, but Duvois intercepts. Quezada gets it back. Pena fighting for it. Quezada and Rainford. Rainford down the right side still has it. Brings it into the middle. Still brings it into the middle. Gives it to Pena. Tries to feed it into the middle for Tall, but SCH has it. Now Cougars get it back. Rosada has it. Ooh, George sends a drive just wide of the goal through the end line, and SCH will have a goal kick. Carberry setting it up. Carberry, low line drive to midfield. Headed back in by Pena. Tried to run down by Rosado. Not in time, though, before it went out of bounds. SCH throws in way too far for everybody, and Correa will just send it back for Oscar in the goal. Oscar will play it, send a low line drive kick up to midfield. Now Quezada has it. Quezada sends it into space back to Park. Park dribbles up into the middle off of Laudenbach's face. I mean, he took that one right off the face, Danny. That looked like that would hurt. I mean, that looked like that would hurt. I mean, that Laudenbach's a tough kid, man, because that ball was screaming at him from about 5 yards away and smashed him right in the face. Tough guy, Laudenbach, right there. Tall putting the pressure on Diallo. Sakara has it, up to Tall. Tall off his head, gathers it in, over to Quezada. Quezada still has it on his foot, sends it to Sakara off the crossbar, doesn't call it in. Durso sends it through the end line, did not call the goal, went off the bar. Looks like it came straight down, but I don't think they said it crossed the plane of the goal. But the Cougars will have a goal or corner kick here. Corner kick, Cam Hernandez. He's deadly setting these things up. Look out. We could have another one coming. Hernandez sends it into the middle. Headed by Tall. Just high through the crossbar. Out of bounds. Given a goal kick for SCH. Jeray Williams checks in for the Cougars. Who come out? Corletto, maybe. No, he came out earlier. Don't know who came out. Either way, Jeray Williams has checked in for the Cougars. Carberry puts it back in play for SCH, sends it deep. Pena has it at midfield, but they're calling Cougars with a little bit of hold. Glennon sends it down to Shea. Shea tried to go back to Dubois, but it went out of bounds. Rainford will have it. Oh, Mamadou went out. That's who came out. Okay. So Williams went in for Mamadou. Park now has it. Over to Correa. Correa gives it back to Oscar, who gives it right back to Correa, back to Park. Park going deep for Williams. Played by Durso to Duvois. Cassis intercepted by Park. Rosada had it go off of Laudenbach of SCH. Park throws in to Rosada, to Williams. Williams. Now Park has it. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez to Marty. Marty at midfield. Sending it into Sakara. Tries to feed it. Does get it to Williams. Williams looking for a cross. Just too far. George was heading for that far post. And Williams tried to hit him on that cross. Right? Cross, right? I'm getting it right? Right? I didn't call it a centering pass today. I called it a cross. Made it a whole day without messing up, Danny. Well, not yet. There's still 17 and a half minutes. I still got time. Hernandez gives it back to Correa. Pressed by 22 of Miller of SCH was putting some pressure on old Correa. Sakara being pressed by Glennon. Glennon, nope. Correa gives it back to Oscar. Oscar, my heavy metal buddy, sends it up to Pena. Pena gives it to Quezada, to Sakara. Sends a deep ball into the far corner. See if Williams can run it down. No. Carberry gets there first. Clears it out of bounds, but the Cougars will have a throw-in. Rainford throws it to Pena, who taps it over to, looks like Sakara. Sakara dribbling through some defenders of SCH. Gives it to Hernandez. Feeds it to space for Park. Park sends it on goal, but deflected out by Diallo. Now Quezada has it. Gives it Hernandez to Park. Park has it on the sideline. Off his foot, out of bounds, giving SCH a throw-in. Callis throws it in. Correa will let it bounce, then gets it and kicks it back to Oscar, who gives it up to Marty. Marty dribbling. Sends a deep, long pass across field to George, but now it goes high, and Pena has it. Looks like Park heads it to George, but out of bounds, and SCH will throw in. Callis throws in. He's going deep for Glennon. Glennon has it go through him. And there's Correa to scoop it up for the Cougars and send it back to Oscar in goal. Oscar gives it up to Hernandez. Sends it across for Marty. Marty gathers it in, being pressured by SCH over there. Now Rainford has it, and SCH does steal it. Tries to feed it into the middle for Glennon, but too far, and Park will run it down. Park trying to go around Laudenbach, but chooses to just give it to Correa, who gives it back to Oscar in the goal. Into the middle for Quezada, back to Marty, and then gives it back to Oscar again. SCH putting the press on, forcing Oscar to kick it high and out of bounds, turning it over, and SCH will have a throw-in. Laudenbach sets it down. Now Callis will throw in. Throws it into the corner for Glennon, off his foot, then off Correa's head, and deflected out by the Cougars, then off of Callis's foot, out of bounds, and the Cougars have the throw-in. Wesley Chung checks in for the Cougars, fresh off his pink eye. And Degano also checking in for the Cougars. We had Wesley Chung up here in the booth with us on last Saturday because he was still suffering from some medical issues. Degano has it. Sends a high ball for Williams. Williams trying to run it down. Diallo bound on Williams. Williams pushes him off the ball. It's called for a foul. Diallo will put it back in play for SCH. Got a host of substitutions for the Cougars. Like seeing a lot of the guys getting to play, Danny. State playoff time. We want to see him getting into the game. You know, Pena sends it back. And there's Diallo to put it back in for Dubois. Tries to get it over to Shea. He does, and then Dubois gets it back. Sends it up into the corner. Looks like was trying to go for Prince over his head. Marty will throw it in. No, he's going to hand it off and let Wesley do the throw in. Wesley throws in for the Cougars. Gives it to Quezada. Over to Wesley. Wesley stripped of the ball by Glennon. Glennon down the left side. Still fighting around, trying to get around Marty. Sends a shot just wide. Tried to go to the far post, but it just went wide.
Substitution for Kiski Cougars. Number 1, Matea Milutin.
Matea Milutin will sub in for goal. And Oscar will come out. Oscar, nice game again in the Kiski goal. Oscar, nice game again in the Kiski goal. So Milutin will kick for the Cougars. Sends a deep drive. No, it was Casas off of his head. Back to Park. And now it's to Correa. Correa sends it deep for Dogano. He tried to head it, but didn't get it. And it was off of Cougars. Casas will throw in. Penna have it off of his foot. Giving SCH another throw in. Dubois throws it into the middle for Laudenbach. Laudenbach pressured by Correa. Correa still pressuring the 19 Prince. Ross Prince had it go off of his foot. Are we going to have a goal kick here? I'm not sure what the call was. Yep, goal kick. Goal kick. The time's ticking away down to 11:30 remaining in the game. Milutin has the ball hang up on him a little bit. And there's, tell you what, number 22, Warren Miller, little freshman out there. He's hustling. Look at him for SCH. He's a hustler. He's trying. Now Dogano has it. He had to get away from him. And 13 for SCH gathers it in. Gives it back to Duval to Diallo. Up into the air. Correa is going to gather it in and send it back to Milutin. He has it off of his foot. Prince was putting pressure on him. Marty now has it. Sends it over to Quezada. Quezada back to Marty. Marty being pressed. Puts it into the middle, but Duvois there for SCH to intercept it. Trying to work down the left side. Into the middle. Hernandez will get it back for the Cougars. Now to Penna, but it's stripped. Took a little tug on the jersey. It looked like the ref saw that tug on the jersey, Danny. I saw it from up here, so I'm guessing that ref saw it from down there. You see that tug on the jersey, Braden? Braden, looks like you're zoned out. That worked out a hard one, huh?
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, not too bad. You just
Water on
wasn't expecting it, right? Okay. You was told you was just rolling mats, and you ended up getting that workout. I'm going to go work out after this if you want to join me. So Duval will have a free kick for SCH. Sends a lobber down into the middle, headed out by Penna on the foot of Fernandez, sends it up to Dogano. Dogano's going to push it, still pushing, tries to get into the middle, but stripped by Duvois. Duvois showing some nice footwork, keeping the ball, pressured by Penna, and then Dogano fights for it, but Laudenbach gets it, feeds it up to Shea. Shea down that corner, trying to get around the defense. Oh, off the side of the goal there. Did you see that? Off the side of the goal. Shea had a nice shot on goal, but it went off the side of the post. And Sakara looked like he was tackled by Durso.
That's wrestling.
No, wrestling. It's getting to be wrestling season, Danny. Wrestling started. That's where Braden just came from, wrestling practice. Maybe he was in there watching Braden do wrestling practice. Sakara working now with Hernandez. Hernandez gives it back to Sakara, trying to go up the right side. Pressed out of bounds by Durso. And Sakara throws in for Quezada. Sakara now has it. Tries a cross. Well, it might have been a shot on goal there, huh? Just high over the goal bar. And out of play through the end line, giving the Throw in for SCH. 24, Mr. Pepe and Paul. Oh, Paul. It's P-A-U, right? B. Powell. Powell. I don't know. Marty heads it. Now Duval has it play off his foot. Glennon off of his foot. Back to Duval. Heads it over to, can't see that number, but it's stripped. Pepe has it in the midfield. Gives it to Sakara. Feeds it over to Powell. 16. Gives it to Dogano. Dogano back to Powell. Off of Loudenbach, out of bounds, and the Cougars will throw in. Gives it to Park. Park on the side. Gives it into the middle for Quezada. Staying on this side for Park. Park will send it back to Penna, who gives it across for Marty. Marty has it. Gives it into the middle for Pepe. Pepe, no. SCH has it and deflects it back, and now Marty has it. Penna has it. Feeds it into the middle. There's up. Too far for Park. Eli, probably be able to start at about 5. SCH sends it into the Cougar zone, and they'll feed it back to Mulliton in the goal, and he'll send it back to midfield. Carl will play off his chest to Pepe. Pepe gathers it in, gives it back to Quezada. Quezada over to Chung. Chung up to Sakara. Chung taking a run at it. Feeds it down into the goal box, but Carberry will pick it for SCH. We're running down on 6 minutes left in the game. Duval has a run on the Cougar goal. Still has it. I don't know what they're calling there. It's a foul on them. Okay, so Duval had a foul. They're calling a foul on them. Goal kick for Mulliton. We're 5:35 left in running. Up to Chung. Chung back to Marty. Marty sends a deep drive over everybody's head. Diallo gathers it. No. Cougars have it. Pepe sends it over, trying to get it to Williams. Deflect it. Now Williams does have it. Still has it. Feeds it through to Powell. He still has it. He's working it. Jure is taken down. Just a free kick. Just outside the yellow line. About a yard outside, Danny. Another yard or so that way, and we would have had a penalty kick. Looks like Jure Williams going to have the free kick here. Don't they have to be 10 yards back?
Yeah, that's the reason why I see them.
Yeah, he's moving them back. Okay, so see if Jure can bend one in. Got a little gap there. That's pretty tight quarters, huh, Danny? Jure sends it right off of him. Now Dogano has it. Sends it back on the goal. But Carberry's there to make the stop. Sends a high, deep punt. Looking for Duval. Duval heads it into the corner, but Marty kicks it out of danger, out of bounds, pushed off the ball by Duval. Marty did a nice job of defending there. Took a push in the chest to keep the shutout. SCH will have a throw in. 3:48. Looks like Casas over there, maybe. Callis, not Casas. I've been calling him Casas. It's Callis. There's a baseball player that plays for the Red Sox. His name is Casas. I like him, so I got Oh, yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan, Danny. What do you mean, oh, no? Oh, Mr. Beebe loves it. I know Mr. Beebe loves it. Mr. Beebe's a Red Sox fan. Mr. Spawn. Oh, yeah, Mr. Spawn's a Red Sox fan. We got a bunch of Red Sox fans around here, Danny. Dre Williams running it down. Sends it deep into that corner. Still trying to run it down, but Carberry sends it back out to Diallo. 3 minutes left in the game. Into the middle for Trunflo. Trunflo over. Oh, nice play by, who's this? 33. Who's 33 for us, Danny? Yeah, I don't know him. My apologies. Nicholas Nico Alcantara. Alcantara is 33. Okay, I apologize. Powell gets it. Williams tried to feather it back to. Playing it in and out. In and out. Pepe sends it back. Williams gathers it. Williams on the run. Williams on the run. Little too far. Sent it a little too far. And Carberry is able to gather it. Williams had a breakaway there. Just couldn't keep it on his foot and control that dribble. That's right, Danny? I have the right term there. The right terms. All right. Mateo Sakara sends it into Williams in the middle. Tries to feather one to Alcantara. But Carberry's there, and he'll send a deep punt. 1:30 remaining in the game, folks. Marty will send it back to Mulliton. 1:20 remaining in the game. Cougars with a 4-0 lead will set the Cougars up for a home game on Thursday. So we'll be here with you on Thursday. Well, actually, I will not be here with us on Thursday, Danny. I will be traveling with the hockey team. So this is my last home game of the year for us, because after today, this is the last, or tomorrow, Thursday would be the last home game. But I will not be here on Thursday. They're going to have a penalty kick. So Danny will be doing the announcing on Thursday. I will not be here on Thursday. I'll be traveling with the hockey team. Penalty kick for SCH, and it looks like Mr. Glennon's going to take the penalty kick with Mateo Militon in the goal for the Cougars. Or maybe it's not going to be Glennon. It looked like Glennon was setting it up. I don't know who it is now. Shea is now, but Glennon is the one that set it down. So it's Shea. Shea puts it high, right under the crossbar to put the goal in for SCH and make the score Cougars 4, SCH 1. Still 42 seconds left in the game. That puts an end to the shutout, but was still fairly confident the Cougars are going to come away with this win, Danny. Okay. So we're down to 30 seconds remaining. Park has it. He's going to give it back to Penna. Penna's going to send it into the air. Degano has it, being pressed by number 20, fighting off the ball. Degano was fighting him off the ball. Looked like number 20, Eskin, for SCH. And it looks like Shea is going to take the free kick. Shea drives it down into the goal box, headed out by the Cougars through the end line. Corner kick, time's running down, under 5. Corner kick by SCH, and that'll be the end of the game, folks. Bringing us final to Kiski Cougars 4, SCH 1. We thank everybody for being here with us today. Again, next game will be Thursday. We believe it'll be a 3 p.m. start, but we're not sure. We will confirm that as soon as we find out who else is playing in that game. But we believe it'll be a 3 p.m. start Thursday afternoon. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for being with us. We hope you enjoyed the game. Good night.